Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do Go Daily Challenge, see some closes. So let us first read the question, then constraint, and then we will be coming to the intuition. So given an integer array num of length n and an integer target, find three integers in num such that sum is closest to target. So what it wants to convey is that this nums array which is being given to us, whose length is n and the target which is being given to us. So we are required to find those three integers which are closest to target. And what they mean by closest to target simply means that whenever we do difference of sum and target, so that whatever outcome would be there, so that outcome should be basically less towards the lesser side. That's what I meant to say means if we compare two sums with each other. Basically, here if we take two sums, this one and this one, right? So what would be the sum of this? That is 2. And what would be the sum of this? So that would be 3, right? Would be 3. Okay. It's minus 2 and it will be minus 1, right? So when we compare these two sums, then who would be the closest? The one whose difference, the one whose difference is basically lesser one. That will be the closest, right? So this is what it meant by returning that sum which is closest to target. So this is all which we are required to do in this question. And I'll give you more example as well so that you will better understand the same. So here are the constraints which are being there. So from this constraints we can conclude that as you can see the length of the num array, basically the one we are required to traverse, it is basically 10 raised to power 3. So that simply means that it can go up to 10 raised to power 6 as well. Till then also it won't be giving us any TLE, but after that it will. So in that context, we can make a solution of n square time complexity as well. So from here we conclude that at max the time complexity can go till n square. And now about the each element, so we will be adding up. So yeah, here negative numbers are also there. But yeah, in that context only because there are negative numbers as well. So we are required to modify our algorithm somehow in that context also. That I'll show you that how we are required to. Now let me first show you the explanation. After that we will start with the coding part. So before this explanation, here I was earlier checking for the dry run that how things would be work. So this is that 2 and this is that minus 1, right? So next thing would be that how to figure out for the closest. That also I've uh, given the example that we can do by this method by taking the difference and whosoever is closest that could be directly assigned. And then the next example, the sum is basically 0 and if we do sum 2 and although there is nothing to compare, so that's why the answer would be 0 here. Basically, we are required to return the sum, and the sum was 0. If I've taken some random example, the numbers are some numbers are so far like minus or 9. So in that context, we can see that again, we just need sum and then take the difference and check, compare all of these sums. Sorry, all of these sums with the help of the difference of the target and the sum. So whichever would be the smallest, that would be our answer. So that is what we are doing. So let me explain you the algorithm behind the same, and then we will go ahead with the coding part. Today I'll try to code it by myself. We show you that how we can code this because the code is smaller one, so it won't take much time. The first thing is that we would be required to sort the array which is being given to us. Say that array name is num. Then for I in range 0 to n, we will be first assigning two variables left equals to I plus 1, right equals to n minus 1, and then we will be going ahead with this while loop. So it will be starting from num of I, right? So whatever I is there, it will be starting from there. And then we will be checking for whatever absolute target minus sum basically whatever difference is there of this particular sum and the target that we will be checking. If that is basically less than our difference, right? ab- that also absolute or different because we are having negative numbers as well. So if our target minus sum is basically lesser, right? Then we will be directly updating our difference because we require a difference to be smaller. Then only it will be the closest number. Then we check that if our sum is basically less than target, right? So we require to come towards target. So that's why we will be incrementing our left, else we will be decrementing our high. So this is all what we will be doing. And at the end, as we require to return the sum, right? So that's why we are doing target minus difference. So this is what we are required to do in this particular question. So now let us head over towards the coding part for the same. So for coding purpose, let's take the well, now, hmm, I think let's use start. Okay. Now the first thing is about the difference, right? So let us take the difference as int marks. Why int marks? Because we are required to compare, right? And yeah, so this is what we were required. Now comes the part that we are required to traverse, right? So for traversal, we will be going like this, and our nums array which is there, we require size of that, right? So here we will be getting our size and then I plus plus. Now comes the next part about our taking of left and right. So here we will be having this left equals to I plus 1 and then right equals to whatever size we are having, right? So that size and minus 1. That is what we will be taking here. Now we are required to check that it should be basically less than so that it is inside that bound of three numbers, right? So first we will be going ahead with that sum. I'm required to yeah, it could be inside this group as well. So in sum equals to nums of I plus nums of left plus nums of right. Okay. Now we have taken our sum. Now comes the part that we are required to compare our target minus sum. This is comparing because difference could be negative as well. So that's why we are taking like this. Now here If that is the scenario, then we'll update our difference with target minus sum, which would be there. Else, if not else, if required here, we can directly go ahead with if our basically sum that is less than target, then what we are required to do is we are required to increment our left because our sum is basically lesser. Else, what we are required to do is this else is in that scenario when our sum is basically greater than or equal to, then in that context we will be decrementing our right. So that's all we are required to do, and then at the end we will be returning our target minus not the sum but the difference because we are required to return with the sum. That's why. Let's see. Here you can see that how we are doing this particular is something like directly we are traversing, right? But is this somewhere guaranteed that it would be in sorted manner? Because we are required to figure out that is this particular means whenever we sort them, then it becomes much easier for detecting that which is the closest sum. They are not required, they are not asking us to return the index, right? So if we sort it, then it becomes much more easier and even a two pointer is required to sort. So that's why before doing all this, we are required to sort. And here, when we sort this particular, right, then now the this particular array which is being given to us, the input array, now it will be something like this. And because of this thing only, now we can easily check this thing which we were doing. This checking of that sum is less than target or not. Then in that context, if we do left plus plus or right minus, then it is surely that now our sum will be in the incrementing mode, right? Because we will be adding something which is ongoing with the bigger number when we sort them. But if it was this random numbers only, right? So even if we increment the sum with this one or with this, right? Then it was sure that now our sum won't be increasing, but it would have been rather than decreasing because we got -4 here, right? So that's why it is important to sort it because we are comparing it. We are comparing it on that basis that our sum is basically less than target, means comparing on the basis of adding up. So that's why it's important to sort it. So now we have coded the same. Now let us run this particular. We haven't commented our below code, right? So just comment the same. So our submit successfully, right? Yeah, doesn't this one? I'm liking the new code. Okay, so this was all for this particular video. If you like the video, then please do like and subscribe to my channel. and also do share among your friends. So yeah, let's go. Thank you.